And we're back. Action. Hey guys. It is Monday, so it's another episode of the podcast. And look where I'm at. I mean, come on. Come on. On the beach. Oh, it's so nice. I hope you can hear the ocean waves. Just not like too loud, you know? Because that would be annoying. Or is it? You tell me. Welcome back to Chapter 2 of Written and Directed By. I just realized that my notes are on my phone, and I'm recording this video with my phone, so a lot of help that does me. Shit. I have a different setup today because I'm not at home, clearly. Honestly, I just went from one coastal beach. Well, that's a little redundant, isn't it? I don't know. I went from one part of the coast just to a lower coast. I live in Los Angeles, and, near the beach already, just like a mile from the beach. And I'm in San Diego, 100 feet from the beach. So, but I mean, this place is a lot cooler. As you can see, I'm on the back patio, and hopefully I don't get interrupted. There's 2 dogs out here with me right now, so that's fun. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. There was a little bit technical difficulties with the video podcast because the video just started to freeze, and it looked really bad, and it didn't match up with the audio, and it wasn't fun. So hopefully this time I got it right. Otherwise, I don't know how to make films. No, that's a lie. It just means I'm bad at syncing audio. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's just been chilling on the beach. Got sunburnt. I don't know if you can tell if you're on the watching on the video pod. I'm sure my arms look pasty and then red. But it's getting itchy, but it's fun. Just sit there and get lobster red. Oh, it wouldn't be the first time though. What did I do? Oh, I saw the Incredibles 2 with my sisters the other day. I also saw Tag. That was funny. It was pretty funny. It's not the type of comedy that I love, because it was really fucking stupid. It was just a bunch of dudes playing tag for an hour and a half. I mean, there was a little bit of a story, but it was one of those mindless comedies that's like, I'll just sit there and get a couple of laughs. There are so many better comedies, but hey, it was funny, and I went with my sister. We had a good time. We were sitting in the previews, and they had an ad for this, I guess, like a prequel to Annabelle, a prequel to the prequel of Annabelle. I don't know. Hey, if it makes you money, right? I think it's called The Nun, and there was this one part where this creature's following this girl, and you think that it's going to attack her, and a different creature pops out of another place, and collectively the audience just freaks out, just freaks the fuck out. And I've never been scared. I've never been scared in a trailer before, and it felt like the that ad they always showed for the fuck, what's that called? That movie with the where they filmed it and like all the shit, all the fucking spirits attack. Why can't I fucking think of it? They made 15 of those movies. It was all from the camera, and they had the, I'm sure someone knows. Why can't I think of it? I was just talking about it. But anyway, when they were doing those ads, they would always show like the audience collectively like yelling and screaming, and I always thought that was bullshit. But in this trailer, the whole audience freaked the fuck out, and now I want to see the movie. I'm not a huge horror film fan, but now I have to see it just based off that. So that's good. Oh fuck! I hope I remember that movie. It's gonna drive me nuts. I could look it up if I had my phone. Fuck. Well, I have my computer. I guess I could do something, but I don't want to take away from this. Anyhow, so I also saw Incredibles, which was really good. It was really good. But I thought it was kind of boring. And don't hit me up saying I'm wrong, because I'm not. I'm not wrong. It's my opinion. So I'm not wrong. It's not a fact. It's an opinion, so I'm not wrong. And I just found myself being bored a lot, and always just wanting action. It was a lot of talking, and I found myself only wanting more of Jack Jack, which was kind of the only saving grace of the movie, I think. Just how cute he was and discovering all the new powers he had. I mean, I loved the first one. I thought it was amazing. But I think they kind of dropped the ball with the second one. We waited how long? For 14 years or so to get the second one, and that's what we got. I mean, I was a little let down. But hey, it was still good. I mean, the animation was amazing. I wanted to be an animator for a while, so I appreciate amazing animation. It just, I don't know, it kind of fell short a little to me. It was a little predictable at points, but that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it, and nor do I want to keep talking about it, because let's talk about something different. Oh, shit. See, I still don't know what I'm doing with this, even though I have... I'm just going to turn the brightness down so I don't lose the battery. I still don't know what I'm doing with this podcast. I have notes, but like I said, they're over there. I wanted to talk about Judgment. Well, didn't I talk about this last week? Right? Did I talk about this last week? Did I talk about Judgment? How I thought... Fuck. I wish I had a fact checker. Be like, check my shit. Only 2 episodes in, and I don't remember what I talked about. All I know is I wrote it down in my notes. I don't remember. I know I talked about complaining last week. Fuck, dude. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna talk about Judgment because, it's on my mind. Well, no, I think I talked about it. Alright, hold on. I'll come back to it. I want to talk about, I definitely want to talk about, like, how negativity affects people. Like, so we all know that negative things affect us and others in different ways, right? And there's always negativity around you no matter what. No matter what. Like, you could be having the best day, but the person right there could be having the shittiest day, and he's in this mood, and it's affecting you. You know, or whatever, the news, anything. You could be having, I mean, there's always negativity. That's it. I mean, no matter how much you wish it away or will it away, there's a yin and a yang, right? So no matter how good something feels, there's always a negative. You know, there's always a yin and yang. I just fucking said it. And that sounds really... It sounds kind of shitty because you're like, oh, well, I want to feel this way, so I'm always going to feel this way. And I never want to feel that way. But sometimes there's no getting around it, and you kind of fall to that way. If you wake up one morning and you're just not in it, some days you wake up and you're just like, fuck yeah, today's going to be fucking awesome. And then you just go and kill the day. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, fuck yeah, today's going to be fucking awesome. And you have a shit day. And then sometimes you wake up and you're like, I just want to stay in bed all day and do nothing. And then you have a pretty good day. And then sometimes you wake up and say, I just want to stay in bed and do nothing. And then you have a shit day. My point is, there's always something going on within yourself and others. So you can't always have an amazing day. I mean, yes, you can. It's all about your mindset and knowing how to maneuver that, how to maneuver around the negative things. And my main point is, you can't, just because there's negativity in the world or around you, you can't ignore it. You can't just because you don't want that in your life and you only want positivity going on, you can't just be like, well, I'm choosing to ignore all of that shit and only welcome positivity. You can't do that, especially with world issues. So, for instance, with this whole thing going on right now of children being separated from their parents, it's really fucked up. So fucked up. But I can't sit here and say it's very negative and I don't want that in my life. I don't want to know about children being separated from their parents. So I'm going to choose not to listen to it, think about it, or any of that, because it makes me sad and I just don't want that in my life. You can't do that because it's happening. And you also can't do that because it'll never get solved. The issue will never get solved. Because you need, if you want an issue fixed, even no matter how messed up it is, you have to address it. You have to, if you're having a if you're having a I don't know, let's say you have like an ache or something. Usually, let's say my shoulder's really hurting, really bad, no reason. There's usually a reason why, and you have to figure out why that is, not just because I lifted weights and I think I pulled my muscle. It's usually deeper than that. It's usually like the universe is telling you something, like, hey, meditate on this, because there's a deeper issue than just your shoulder hurting from lifting weight. So there's always a reason to something. Things don't just happen for reasons. There's no coincidences. It's just everything is, I feel everything is methodically laid out. It's all laid out. And you just have to figure out what it is. And it's hard, but with time and practice, it can be done. You just have to meditate on it, be open to it, and just receive the messages. I'm all over the place, aren't I? Yeah. Who knows? It's my podcast. I can do what I want. Man. I love sitting out here. It's my favorite. This is my favorite fucking spot. I don't know about the world, but at least in the United States. I don't know. This is my happy place, especially in on like the West Coast. Every time I come here, I've been coming here with my family for like 20 years since I was really little. Every time I come here, I just, it feels like paradise a little bit. Doesn't look, some parts don't look like it, but it just feels like that. I just feel so calm, and I feel super creative here. I always feel creative. I just created a bunch of content for my art channel that has been kind of, hasn't been dead, but it just hasn't been active for at least a year. And I just created a bunch of videos for that, and I wasn't even thinking about that channel at all. And as soon as I came here, I wanted to relight the spark. I basically took, so what happened was this little, I was like walking down the street, right? And this raccoon crossed my path, and I said, "Raccoon, do you know how to get to Nidavellir?" And he's like, he had this like weird Brooklyn accent for some reason, even though we're in California. And he's like, "Yeah, I think so. I've heard of it, but I thought it was a myth." And I said, "No, it's not a myth. I need you to take me there in your spaceship so that I can go restart this star, the fire of my art channel." And so I went, and I literally had to restart the star that sparked the fire to get the machine going for my art channel. So basically what I'm saying is I am the god of thunder. So do with that what you will. I have a beard. I have a beard, and I'm working on my muscles. So yes. Yes, Raccoon Dog thing. Take me to Nidavellir. Anyhow, that was my Thor impression. I'm fucking stupid. But I don't know. I just feel super creative, and I don't think you need to have a place like this to feel that way. And I'm trying to work on that as a creative person, because I always get in these creative stupor. I don't know if that's the right word. I always get in these like moments of time where I just don't do anything. I have all these ideas, and I just can't seem to produce them. I have 3 scripts I'm working on. One that's been in like the idea stage for almost 8 years, and every time I go to sit down to write a treatment or the script, I just don't feel it, and I love this story. I think it could be a great movie. Um, and so there's already a little bit of interest just based on the idea I've pitched, and for some reason, like I really want to write this, but for some reason I can't get anything, and I just started yesterday. Now that I'm here, I just started writing. I just grabbed my notebook and just started writing the script. And that didn't happen when I was back in Venice. I couldn't do that. For some reason, I just sat there in front of the computer. I have 5 different Word docs open different versions of the treatment. I have 2 different versions of the script and final draft that I don't know for whatever reason, but as soon as I got here, I was able to write. And it's crazy. I don't know what it is. I always thought it was the ocean, but I live near the ocean, so maybe I need to go more. But I think we all need to have spaces in our lives where we feel comfortable and where we think we can do the most work. You know, we have to get shit done, right? So we have to find places that get that mood, that energy, that flow, that like going. I mean, I wish it wasn't the beach in this apartment. Because that's crazy. I shouldn't have to come here. I shouldn't need to come here to feel creative. I should just be feeling creative all the time. And hey, it could be just because I'm fucking lazy, and I am. And I just say, "Oh, I'll do it." But I never do. That could be the reason. It very well could be, but I just feel extremely creative when I'm here. Like I said, I made a bunch of content for my art channel, which will be linked below if you're into art and watching drawings and things like that. That'll be linked below. Please give that check that out. And we're back. I don't know what happened there. I lost power to my mixer, so that was fun. I apologize. I sincerely apologize for that. I don't even remember what. I don't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, I think we were like 20-something minutes in, maybe. Shit. Shiitake mushrooms. I don't know. I ran out of notes. That was my note that I wanted to talk about. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Have you blah 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 blah. I just get in these moments where I just zone out and just stare at nothing. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, I was just staring at nothing." Oh, fuck. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about anymore. I hope I'm not boring. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I just need to figure out what to do with this. Oh. So last week I was talking about my Instagram page, Itty Bitty Movies. So if you go there and check it out, I am releasing a new video today. It's a funny one. It's really stupid. It was an idea that I had. I had this like big concept um, of these policemen, or like a cop and this guy that he's chasing, and they were shooting, and then it opens up with these two people at a coffee shop, and one person just gets blasted in the head, just full on head Tarantino blood onto like a window, and you just see them, and then it pans to these two guys running, one guy chasing after them, and they're shooting, but with the gun is just this, and he's just going bang. He's not saying it, but he's just running like and going like shooting like that, and then just full on muzzle flashes and bullets are flying out of his fingertips. And I just thought it was like the funniest, dumbest idea ever. But I didn't want to put production value into it because it's so stupid. And like for what I wanted, it needed a lot. And I'm at the point where I love the ideas that I come up with. I just don't want to put so much money into them, because I don't live at home anymore. I don't live in Arizona. So in LA, like I have to get permits for things. I have to rent gear. It's not as cheap as it was when I was living at home. And so to be able to just do an idea like that's that stupid, I just don't know if I could do it. So what I did was I came up with the idea of making an Instagram page where it was 1 minute, because I have so many ideas that are just too stupid to be full short films, like at least 5 minutes. Like I wouldn't have made that in 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I just think it would have been dumb. It just would have been over the top for too much. It just would have been too much. But so this one I condensed it to just two guys. Same concept. It's like secret agents on a beach, and they're shooting at each other. But it's 1 minute. And it's perfect, because people can't consume content. Well, rewind. That was wrong. People consume so much content. So much. And I'm one of them. I listen to, if you look at my phone, I'm listening to like 5 different podcasts. I'm listening to, I listen to a Sirius XM radio show. I watch YouTube, Netflix, HBO. I go to the movies. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. We as a society consume so much fucking content that the attention span of someone is this big. So I figured 1 minute shorts would be funny. And the ideas are just so stupid. They're just so out there that why not? Why not? So go check it out. Itty Bitty Movies. I will link that as well in the description. Hold on, I have to take a sip of water. I'm thirsty. Did you I should have moved the mic away. Moved it away too late. I've been drinking. Do you guys remember, like in middle school or high school, if you were my age, like 10 to in between like 10 and 6 years ago, when Mio was a big popular thing, like the water flavoring. I forgot about it, and then 2 weeks ago I ordered some fruit punch They're just from fruit punch flavor. And I drink water a lot. I drink a lot of water a day already. I drink half my body weight in ounces, which is what you're supposed to. And ever since I got these Mios, I've been drinking so much more water. I realized that when you have a flavor to something, you just want to just drink it and drink it. Like when I get a coffee or something, I just sip that thing down really quick because I just love the flavor of it. So I have the flavor of sweet tea in here, which I'm not like a huge fan. I just like got some random flavors because they were like a few bucks on Amazon. And so that was just one of them, but it's still good. I've been drinking a lot more water. Almost like a gallon, over a gallon and a half a day, which is crazy. I'm about to start this new workout program where I have to drink 2 gallons, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. That's a lot of fucking water. And I already pee a lot a day, and so I don't know if I can handle that. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of peeing. But I figure this Mio is good because it'll be easier to drink water. It'll be easier to drink that amount of water with having really good flavors. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what's up. Did this episode run its course? This episode is definitely not as good as last week. I can tell you that. I'm like in my head, I really want this to be good and funny, and like something. I just want it to be like better than I think it should be. So I have this. I set this bar in my own mind for what this podcast should be, and every time I sit down, I've only done it twice. Hey, you've only done it twice. So, every time I think about it, like I want it to be up here, but in here, it feels like it's down here. In my heart, it's just, I don't know. But hey, I'm going to keep doing this. Because I feel like, I don't know. I have to figure this out. I have to figure out what exactly my goal is with this. I definitely want to reach people I want to reach like a younger audience, like 30 to like 14 to 30. Because I think there's like something missing there in regards to like spirituality, or not even that, just being conscious of the world, of your surroundings, of yourself. And I don't think we as kids are taught that enough. Like, to love yourself. It says it in the Bible, but your parents don't remember, or don't come up to you every day and be like, remember to love yourself, or hey, are you loving yourself today? It's just not something that is talked about. And I feel like more people need things like that. They need to be able to sit there and say, I can manifest whatever I want. If you want that shiny Porsche, that shiny Lamborghini in your garage, then you could get it. But you have to manifest it, and then you gotta fucking do that work. And I don't think that enough people are taught those things. And it's not about religious values or beliefs. It's just about setting goals and setting mindsets for yourself and being able to achieve things, achieve and the dreams and wants that you have, because you set a goal and then you fucking worked your ass for it. I don't think enough people are doing that, especially today. Especially this young generation that's going in like this right now, like this high school, middle school generation. I think kids are overprivileged. There's not enough discipline. Like we're in a time where everyone is overly sensitive, and it's fucking bad. It's so bad. Everyone's so sensitive to the tiniest thing, and we're turning kids into little bitches because people with Twitter, with Instagram, with anything, with podcasts, where people have platforms to sit here and bitch, essentially. To bitch about just everything. And anything that hurts them or makes them or offends them. You know? And I think a lot of people are like look to be offended just so that they could say stuff to people. And not because I don't even know if they want to say things. Just, I think people say things just to say things. Just so that they can be like, hey, look at me. I say this, and you should follow me because I'm kind of good looking, and I put my ass on the Instagram, and I don't know. I think people are just looking to get famous, and they'll say things for no reason. That's a different topic. I don't know how I got there. But I think, millennials, whatever you want to label us, them, everyone, the younger kids have a sense of entitlement and privilege because they've grown up in an age of technology, like I was saying last time. That is teaching them that everything can just be given to them, and they don't have to work for it. And then no one's doing anything about it. It's just, okay. But I think that also comes down to mindset and way of being and way of thinking and how, and then that, I think that's how not only we're going to change the world, we're going to change the way everyone thinks. I mean, there's already so many people doing so much good, like so many kids doing so much good right now. Like especially with the last that major shooting. I forget where it was. Was it the Texas or was it Florida? I forget. But those kids, the kids that survived it, have done so much just to get gun control in check and hold for plane. That's like one of the coolest and most annoying parts about coming here is that there's an army base over there and there's a navy base over there. So you're always getting helicopters and airplanes and jets flying overhead all the time. It's cool, but it's annoying. And down on the beach, some mornings I probably missed it because they're down there early as fuck. But the Navy, I can't speak today. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 10. But the Navy SEALs, the Navy SEALs will usually do like drills and training down on the beach. They'll run up and down and usually like carrying like a boat. And like last week, all the SEALs were out in the ocean doing swimming drills. They literally like drop them off in the ocean and swim up the coast and go down the coast. It's crazy. I don't know if I could be a SEAL. I don't even know if I could be in the army. I mean, like, obviously, if like everyone was forced to, like, I would have to. But I'm pretty lazy. I remember I wrestled in high school, and I just put in the minimum effort to get by. I was the fucking worst. I only wrestled because my friends were doing it. So, and I didn't want to be left out, so I was like, yeah, of course I'll do it. No problem. Big mistake. I hated it. I hated wrestling. All it did was fuck up my knees and back for life, so thanks, wrestling. But I rarely pushed myself. I just went through the motions a lot. I did try to do it well, but I never received praise from the coaches, so and honestly I hated it. I hated exercising. I was at a point where I never exercised except for wrestling. And I don't know, it just wasn't fun. My coach was a fucking dickhead, and probably still is. I don't know, whatever. But I remember this one time, my freshman year, we were doing, it must have been either preseason or during the season. We were doing a cross country run where you start on the track, and then you run through like this desert landscape. So you go all the way around the school, all the way around. We have like 5 baseball fields or whatever, and so you run around the far baseball field, go all the way around the back soccer field, go around the football field, go around all the school and come back. It was like, I don't know, it was like a good couple miles. It probably should have only taken everybody like 20 minutes, but it took me way longer. It took me you know what, it should have taken most people like 15 minutes, but it probably took me like 30. And I remember one of my friends at the time was the captain of the team, and after he finished, he came back and ran up behind me and was yelling at me to go. Like, that was his style of being the captain, is like yelling to get people to go and do things. And that doesn't work for me. You yell at me, I'm not doing shit unless it's my job. Then I guess I'll do it. But he was yelling at me to go, and I wouldn't speed up. I maybe would like allude to speeding up, but it didn't really work. And he slowed up behind me, put his hands up on my back, and ran full speed and pushed me. He got me to the finish. Not much faster, but don't do that. That was fucking awful. So that's the type of lazy I am, and but no, that's how I was. I'm not like that anymore. I really fucking go ham. I go hard in the gym now, and because at that time I was doing it because I had to. I was doing it because I was on a team, and it was expected of me. And now I just do it because I want to, and it'll make me look good, and I'll have all these muscles and these things, and I don't know. But my point is, with wrestling, I'm not like one to quit. You know, I'll just like do less work. I won't quit. I just will do less work if I don't like it. So like in the season, I never like wanted to quit. I just wanted to be done. So Yeah, I never once thought of quitting. But I went. So I went 3 years, and then senior year I was like, I just don't want to do it because no one else wanted to do it. Barely any of my friends stayed in, and so I stopped. It was really me that I think no one stayed in. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this shit. It's stupid. Um, and so my other friend stopped, and then yeah. But with the Navy SEALs, like, I wouldn't want to be one. I don't know. It's too much work. I'm not like into the whole military thing. Like like me being in it, I think it's amazing that we have a military, so many different branches, and that so many people want to be a part of it. Because there's so many countries. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how many countries do this, but Israel, for instance, like have a mandatory. Males have mandatory 3 years. Women have mandatory 2 years, and then after that, every what 10 years or something, or every couple years, you have to come back for a mandatory 3 months service, like reserves. You have to. And here in America, we don't have to do that, which is really awesome because we have so many people that it's not awesome and that's in it. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's nice that we don't have to do that because there are so many people that are willing to do that for us. That we have so many people in the Marines, in the Navy, in the Army, Air Force that are willing to do that, so that civilians don't have to. And sure, if we ever, need a draft, there are people who are in the reserves that will go first, and then other people. But that's it. That's a big if that needs to happen. But in regards to the SEALs, like I would do it. I'd go to the training. I would do it. I wouldn't quit. I don't think I would quit, no matter how hard it was. No matter, like, in the Marines or whatever, I wouldn't quit. I just wouldn't want to do it anymore. So, like, there was this guy who was swimming out there, and everyone was all the way up in the front, and then, like, a few, like, people, like, lingered, and then there was one guy back there, and I was like, that would be me. I'd be the guy in the back. I may be the slowest guy, but I would finish. And don't you ever fucking forget that. I may not put in all the effort, but I sure as fuck will finish. And I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. Rippity wrap. So yeah, guys. Just remember, always be positive, always be creative, always have an open mindset, always be open to receive things, always, even if it's negative, just make sure you don't bottle it, because that negativity will spread like cancer, and that's how people get cancer. That's pretty much how it happens. Negative thought leads to oppression or suppression, which leads to the body getting sick, which then leads to actual illness, which then leads to death. Or sometimes not. Sometimes it's suffering. A lot of it's suffering, pain and suffering. And it can all be stopped by your thought, how you think about things. But anyway, just remember that I may not put in all the effort, but I'll always finish. I don't know. I was trying to do something funny, like a sign off. I don't think it worked. Anyhow, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it if you stuck through on this second episode. I appreciate you, and I love you so much. Make sure to share this with your friends. Like the video on YouTube. Thank you for watching. and I truly, truly appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram at Harrison Burger, at Twitter at Harrison C Burger, and you can get all those links in the description. But I figured I will tell you, and I will see you guys next Monday. And the video podcast will probably be up on Tuesday or so, Tuesday or Wednesday, but the audio will be up on Mondays. So yeah, latest on the Menjay.